C does not care about white space. Humans care about it enormously, and since most of the C you write will be read by someone else, very often later, it is worth settling this early. There are two dominant styles. This is K and R style, named for Kernel and Ritchie and used by the Linux kernel, and it is the style this book uses throughout. The rule is slightly odd until you have seen it a few times. The opening brace goes on its own line for a function definition, but on the same line for control statements like if, for, and while. The advantage claimed for it is density. You fit more logic on a screen, and the fact that a function's opening brace at the left margin is a very clear visual marker. And this is Allman Style, where every opening brace gets its own line, without exception. It is more consistent than K and R, it uses more vertical space, and it makes each block's extent very easy to see. Plenty of large C projects use it, and it is common in the Windows world. Which should you use? Genuinely, it does not matter. What matters is that you pick one and are consistent, and that when you join an existing project you use whatever that project already uses without opening a debate about it. Brace style is the single least productive argument in programming, and everybody has had it at least once. 5 rules, though, are not matters of taste. 1. Indent consistently. 4 spaces or a tab, chosen once, and never mixed within a file. Mixed indentation looks fine on your machine and lands as chaos on everybody else's. 2. Always brace the bodies of if, for, and while, even when the body is a single statement. 3. 1 declaration per line when the variables mean different things. 4 spaces around binary operators, a plus b, not a plus b jammed together. 5. No space between a function name and its opening parenthesis, but a space after if, for, and while so that a call and a keyword look different at a glance. Now, rule 2. That one is not aesthetic, and it is worth 20 seconds on its own. In 2014, Apple shipped a bug known as GoToFail in the code that verifies TLS certificates. Somebody had duplicated a single goto line inside an unbraced if. Because there were no braces, the second goto ran unconditionally, and the certificate verification returned success without ever having finished checking. That was a critical security vulnerability in shipping software on hundreds of millions of devices, and braces would have prevented it. Always brace the body. And then, having learned all of that, hand it to a machine. Clang format will do every bit of this automatically. -I edits the file in place, and --style equals file tells it to read a .clang- format file from your project, so that the whole team's code comes out identical no matter who typed it. It ships with Clang, so if you followed the Mac OS setup in Chapter 2 you already have it, and it is a package away on Linux and in MSYS2. This is the modern answer to style arguments. Settle it once in a config file, run the formatter on save, and never think about brace placement again for the rest of your life. Which frees you up to think about the parts of C that are actually hard, and there are plenty of those coming.